Okay, good afternoon, class. Did you have a good lunch? What was for lunch today? Corn dogs. That sounds good. I had a salad. It was good too, though. Okay, are we ready to learn? Okay, so in ELA this morning, we read a short story about how important the vote is. And we talked a little bit about that and watched a video. And then we started reading the book, Vote, Women's Fight for Access to the Ballot Box. So we are going to add on to what we started this morning in ELA. So we are going to watch a few videos. I have like 3 videos, I think. We're going to watch about the presidents and the debates that go along with the elections and then the election. So if you'll put all your stuff away and put your eyes up here, and we're going to watch our video, okay?
We're on our 45th president.
The leader of the executive branch of the government. Now let's run through all 45. Here we go. First father of our nation. He stood tall, George Washington. Dollar bill, y'all. His BP, John Adams, was the second pres. Declaration drafter, Thomas Jefferson is next. Then James Madison and James Monroe. Then John Quincy Adams, like his father before. Our 7th president, General Andrew Jackson. Martin Van Buren, William Henry Harrison, who only served 1 month. So his running mate, John Tyler, had to stand up. Plenty of folks voted for James K. Polk. Then Zachary Taylor Perm didn't go as he hoped. He got in office. Millard Fillmore took the ropes. Then Franklin Pierce, James Buchanan. Though half the country decided to jet when Abraham Lincoln was elected next. The 16th president won the Civil War. Andrew Johnson stepped in next for sure. Then Ulysses S. Grant, whom no one could phase till he passed the torch to Rutherford B. Hayes. James Garfield, Chester Arthur, and then our 22nd president, Grover Cleveland. Then Benjamin Harrison, then Cleveland again on his second non-consecutive term for the win. Our 25th president, William McKinley, was assassinated, leaving his successor, Teddy Roosevelt, serving at the turn of the century. Right following, we'll get to the president eventually. William Howard Taft had a lot of mass. Woodrow Wilson during World War I, and that meant Warren G. Harding saw less violence. Silent Calvin Coolidge loved to keep quiet. Herbert Hoover built the dam, but the flood set in. A dark time for America, the Great Depression. Then FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, elected for a whopping 4 terms. Don't forget about Harry Truman, who ended World War II. Yeah, Dwight Eisenhower, he rolled through. John F. Kennedy vowed to put a man on the moon, but his presidency was ended too soon. JFK assassinated at a parade. In stepped Lyndon Johnson or LBJ. Richard Nixon, the only president to resign because of the Watergate break-in and the lies. Gerald Ford finished his term. In time, Jimmy Carter became number 39. Ronald Reagan had those movie star looks. Then came George Herbert Walker Bush. Bill Clinton in the 90s, son. Then came George W. Bush, the son. And the next White House resident was Barack Obama, the first black president. From real estate to the White House, quite a jump. It's the 45th president, Donald Trump. 45 presidents who earned our votes and were inaugurated when they swore an oath.
I, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. I, Richard Milhouse Nixon.
I, Jimmy Carter, do solemnly swear
that I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
That I will faithfully execute the office of President of the United States.
And will, to the best of my ability,
preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the United States.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
Okay, so that was kind of cool. A cool way to learn about the presidents and remember them, all 45 presidents. Okay, we're gonna watch another one that's probably like a minute long. It's pretty short, okay?
Let's talk the primary debates. In a democracy, they say power is given to the people, but really, We give that power to leaders by voting for them, because the US is actually a representative democracy. To pick the right leaders, we need to be informed. I don't want to vote for someone because I think they look nice. I tried to adopt a cat recently that looked so sweet, and then she attacked me. In 2019, there were more than 20 people running to be the Democratic nominee for president. 20 people. Look at these faces. How are we supposed to learn enough about them to decide who to vote for? Well, one way is debates. Debates are public events where 2 or more people exchange ideas. They say what they believe in, and then they use facts and stories to back it up. What sorts of questions do you think we should ask for 20 presidential hopefuls?
That you could come up with good questions to ask our presidents? Well, I'm not sure that you would request a second recess to the president. I think that you could do that within your school, but that's a great idea. 2 recesses in 4th grade, maybe that's what we need. But yeah, you ask questions to get an idea of what their opinion on things and you decide, like, do I agree with them? Do I like what they said? Is that something I would vote for? That's why they do the debates. So now we're gonna watch this last short video about the presidential election.
When you cast that next ballot, you should vote for me, because I'm gonna be the next president. I'll be the president. Boss of bosses in the White House, Oval Office, FLY, and Air Force One. Gonna be the president, but first I gotta run. If you wanna run for the presidency, you're gonna need a lot of cheese, and you're gonna need to be 35 years old, American born. How do I know? The Constitution says so. Talk it over with your fam, make your decision, and make the announcement if you have the ambition. Hook up with a party, they'll help you fundraise. They're like a team that could go a long way, and your party is a quick way to know where you stand. You could be a Democrat or a Republican. To get your party's approval, you will have to win a primary election. Man, that's brutal. Each state votes at different times, so you'll be kissing babies at the local fish fry. You'll be traveling from state to state, doing TV spots and having debates one by one, knocking your opponents out the race, digging up dirt to expose their past mistakes. Primaries go from January to June. If you get the most votes, then pretty soon your party will call you the nominee. Now it's time for you to pick your VP, the wannabe vice president, your running mate, someone with appeal. Pick the right candidate. I'll be the president. Boss of bosses in the White House, Oval Office, FLY, and Air Force One. Gonna be the president, but first I gotta run. So you've been nominated at the convention. Now we head into the general election. It's the fall and there are more debates. Do you know your foreign policy? Get it straight. Pick issues you can run on. Start your rallies bumping a song. Make sure you've got flags. People love flags. And make sure your pockets stay fat. Ask supporters for cash to run the ads. Be a gladiator. Stay on the attack. You're gonna pay attention every day to the swing states that could swing either way. First Tuesday in November, election day. Everybody casts their votes, okay, but it's not a popular vote, I acknowledge. It's a weird thing, the electoral college. States get a number of electoral votes that equals their members of Congress. Whoa, so some votes carry more weight. For that reason, some wish it would go away. Anyway, that night we gaze at screens, trying to figure out what the numbers mean. Get the most electoral votes, and you'll be the next president who'll be bringing us hope. The loser will have to concede, but if there's no majority, well, let's see. It'll be decided by the House of Reps. Hasn't happened in a while. Yeah, I bet you won, but you're not the president yet. You need to wait until January 20th. You'll be sworn in, and then you just may be the next president of the USA. I'll be the president, boss of bosses in the White House, Oval Office, FLY, and Air Force One. Gonna be the president, but first I gotta run.
Hey, what do we think about that? Yes. It's pretty interesting, all of the things that go into elections before you get to the voting process. So this morning in ELA, we talked about voting, and now we are going to go over some of the vocabulary words that are important when it comes to elections and voting. So I want you to keep your computers closed right now. We're going to look up here and I'm going to walk us through the things that we're going to be doing first, and then you're going to be able to get into your Google Classroom and find all this same information in there. Okay, so just pay attention up here. Look at the slideshow. I'm going to go into your Google Classroom and you're going to go down to Social Studies topic. In there is a Google slide. So we're going to open that up. So we have our vocab words here. You go up. Right here, you can see we have president, vote, representative, election, Democrat, choice, right, democracy, responsibility, suffrage, civil rights, ballot, candidate, register, Republican, campaign, abolition, amendment, franchise, and suppression. We heard some of these words in the reading that we did this morning in ELA, but now we're going to really truly find what is the definition of every single one of these words. So if you look through here, there is one slide for every single one of these words. And if you click on the word, there will be a link and you can click on it and it'll take you straight to the slide. So I want you to go to dictionary.com to look up your definitions for your words. So if you look here, dictionary.com, I looked up the word president. The cool thing about dictionary.com is that you can have it say the words to you.
President.
And then you can read the different definitions. So I want you to look up every single word and write the definitions in the Google slide. Okay? So that's what we're going to work on today. Tomorrow we are going to go to our vocabulary website where we just watched all those videos, and we're going to play some of the games that go along with them and do the vocab and the quizzes. By then we should have the definitions done. If we don't get them done today, we'll finish them tomorrow and then we'll start on the vocabulary. So we're going to do, today is Friday, we're going to do definitions. If we're not done on Monday, we'll finish up and we'll start on vocabulary. Tuesday, we'll finish the vocabulary games and quizzes, and then we will start a project on Wednesday. Okay? So get in your Google Classrooms and get logged in and open up that Google slide and start looking up at dictionary.com. Good afternoon. How's everyone today? We had lunch. What do we have for lunch today? Ooh. Mac and cheese. That's always a good one. Okay, so this morning in ELA, yesterday we finished up our book about voting, the women's rights. Here, this book. And this morning, we started working on this history board about a person, an influential person that had an impact on voting and what it is today. So, I want to make sure, so we finished all of our vocabulary quizzes yesterday. Yes, okay, everyone's done with those. Your Google Slides are finished. I'll grade those tonight. And we're going to do a little project. So we are going to do a campaign poster, or a variation of a campaign poster. So a campaign poster is what people that want to be elected into a certain office or position, they will make posters with slogans on them to convince people to vote for them. Okay, so here in Google Classroom, I have another little Google slide that has some things on it. It's a choice board for you to choose how you want to do your campaign poster. So let me get that open and we'll take a look at that. So we have a choice board. We're creating a campaign poster. So here are your three options. You can do a poster on Canva. We've used Canva before. It's a good site to make posters, invitations, things like that, and to design things. You can make a Prezi interactive poster. We've used Prezi to make presentations before. Or you can just make a homemade poster on a big paper, whichever one you want to do. We will be presenting these to the class. So your campaign poster is not going to be about you. It's going to be about the person that you selected for your history board. So the person you selected here, you are going to be coming up with ideas, a slogan, things like that, that are campaigning for this person to be elected as the president of the United States. Okay, so if we look at this choice board again here, I have a few examples here. So here was a poster for Reagan. Reagan for president, let's make America great again. And then here's one for Trump for the presidency in 2016. Make America great again. And then we have Obama from 2008. It says, yes, we can. Vote Obama 2008. So those are some examples of some digital type, like a Canva poster. Here are a few examples of some homemade ones. So we have this person used their name and then they wrote out words that describe them, that make them a good candidate for vice president. This one says, be bright, vote for who's right, Haley Herbert for president. This one's my favorite. Let's taco about it. Voting for George. I love tacos, so that's always fun. And then here we have make a great shot. Vote for Cedric. And he has a basketball theme on there. So you're going to be creating a campaign poster that relates to your person from your history board. It needs to have a catchy slogan, at least 5 facts about the candidate, and why the candidate should be elected. Okay, so 5 facts, catchy slogan, and why the candidate should be selected. Do we have any questions? Okay. So you should have a lot of information right here on your history board. Here you have 7 facts, okay? So you can use some facts from that, but they want to be good facts that like convince you like, oh, that person is a really good person. I would like to vote for them. But first, you need to think of a good slogan, catchy slogan that's, vote for so-and-so for president. Something that people are going to remember. That's what a slogan is. It's a saying, a phrase, a group of words that people are going to remember. It sticks with them in their mind, okay? So you need to think of that first for your person from your history board. And then go from there. Okay? Okay, let's get started.